to do with this one, Saito?
Make an example. I'm sorry it came to this, little wolf.
Before she died, my mother told me stories of Onryo, ruthless spirits who wander the land, seeking vengeance. The night my family was massacred, I became such a spirit. Fleeing to the south, I was alone, hungry, and terrified. I found strength in the bruises on my skin, in the memory of a burning tree. But it was in war that I learned to kill. I bloodied my father's blade with nameless enemies, picturing the outlaws who murdered my family. After 16 years, I've come home to the wilds of Ezo. I will avenge my family, and I will join them in death. Every member of the Yōtei 6 will suffer. Starting with the snake. Snake.
I'm guessing this is really how we're starting this off. Okay. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Ghost of Yōtei. I wanted to be quiet in the beginning there because I had no idea how long it was going to be or what was going on. And it seems that we are starting off with calligraphy, which is interesting. Right. They're kind of speeding this along now. They don't expect us to do all of this.
The spider. The dragon. Lord, Saito.
Right. I assume it's been about like 20 years in between. She looks like she's in her mid to late 20s at this point, and she would look like she was like, I don't know, 10 to 12 or something before. So I'm gonna assume I've looked up very little about this game beforehand. I've looked up a few things, but I know very little about, if anything, about the story. I know this takes place hundreds of years after Ghost of Tsushima. If you have watched anything on my channel before, you know that I have done 2 playthroughs of Ghost of Tsushima already on the channel, and I very much enjoy the game. It is one of my favorite games. Not my favorite, but one of them. So I'm very curious as to how this is going to play out, what places we're going to go to, who we're going to meet, how the gameplay is going to be different. I'm well aware, the few things that I am well aware of is that this game is essentially literally Ghost of Tsushima 2. It's in the same engine, apparently has very similar combat and graphics, which is very clear here. This straight up just looks like Ghost of Tsushima. And most people were not super impressed with this. I cannot go backwards from here, so the game is pushing me forwards. Like, nobody had anything seriously negative to say about this game, apparently, but it also just wasn't, like, anything worth talking about, which explains a lot, because in my in-real-life circle and online circles, nobody has really talked about this game because it's just more Ghost of Tsushima, and it is just kind of fine. So I'm going into this with essentially no opinion, and I'm just going to review this. Review, quote-unquote. I'm going to play through this game and save my final judgments for the end, but I am, because this is a sequel to Ghost of Tsushima, I am going to probably constantly bring up things about Ghost of Tsushima while having played this game, because I've played through Ghost of Tsushima like 2 or 3 times at this point. And I do really, really, really enjoy Ghost of Tsushima. So if there's similarities or things that they do different, just don't be surprised. I'm kind of surprised that the intro was kind of unremarkable, to be honest. I expected a little bit more, that's why I kind of stayed quiet, but it just turned into her doing calligraphy. It was just her getting pinned to a tree with a sword, some random dudes that we don't really entirely know who they are yet, called the Yōtei 6. I believe that they are. She called them the Yōtei, so I'm assuming that's them. Yeah, they lit the tree on fire, and that was it. And we kind of, I assume, are going to piece together the rest of her story as the game progresses. But that's compared to the battle at the beginning of Ghost of Tsushima with the Mongol invasion and such, that was a very nothing kind of scene. Inherently, it is brutal storytelling in that she was pinned to a tree with a sword, and the tree was lit on fire, and she watched her parents die, as the men who did so walked away. That's brutal, but that in what this series is doing, in a cinematic and grand scale of a storytelling thing, that's kind of like a weird sub moment that you would see in a random mission cutscene in The Witcher 3 or something. So I'm not super impressed with the beginning here, but we'll see how this unfolds. We're still in the beginning. Okay, let's see how this plays out.
Stranger, please don't get involved.
Too bad.
Hey, get his legs.
Are they just harassing a horse?
Easy. Easy, boy. It's all right. They're sorry. Aren't you?
Bring her to the boss. She likes it rough around the edges. What the? Oh, she killed him. You are going to regret that.
Okay. This is a really weird cinematic angle. Oh, it's... I think the game is dictating this, yeah. Ah, new throwing mechanic. Okay. Okay, that's good. They're showing something new and cool off the bat.
Be drunk by now.
Let's hope it stays cool. I think that is kind of cool. I like in video games when I can pick up and throw enemy weapons. I love Ghost of Tsushima. You can't do that in Ghost of Tsushima. I love in Assassin's Creed Valhalla when you can do that. Okay, that's an interesting thing. Oh, it's this guy.
Well, are you going to give me a light?
I will take your head.
Target the pulsing enemy and attack. How do I target? Oh, that. We don't have stamina spheres yet, so that was kind of pointless, but... Yeah, I'm just gonna say, if you're watching this fresh off the bat, for me, and you don't know, like, my content or anything like that, I recommend watching my Ghost of Tsushima playthrough first before watching this, because I am pretty much just gonna be, like, linking these together in a way, just like I'm viewing this through the eye of having just played Ghost of Tsushima again. So, let's see how this game does.
Who are you?
That's a nice sword.
You live, little wolf. I thought we killed your whole family, but here you are, the swordsmith's daughter.
My name is Atsu.
Okay, let's see if this is a...
Didn't want to fight me.
Oh god, he's got the drunken master kind of stance thing, isn't he? Okay. Okay, we're in a stone stance, it seems. It doesn't seem like we can win this. He's not really losing... He's losing HP.
Did you dream of this?
You don't scare me!
Okay. Really cool visual imagery. Can I get up? Oh, it's just not letting me get back up again, even with heals. Okay.
Didn't want to fight me when I am so
You don't seem like the sober type, my man. We are just to kind of also lay out some ground rules. We are playing this on medium, and the frame rate is set to 30 with the high performance instead of the 60 with the low. Instead of 60 with the high. Well, it's medium difficulty with 30 as the performance mode for high graphics, and not the 60 high performance low graphics mode. So this is medium mode in true 4K with HDR. Yeah, this guy's kind of difficult, I will not lie. His bozos were pretty easy. I'm kind of weirded out that I can't, like, heal when I'm down for some reason. Normally that only takes up, like, 1 stamina sphere, which we have 2. We can heal in battle, which has not been helping. Man, they really, really, really expect you to master parrying and blocking early on in the game, when that's not really much of a thing I care to do in Ghost of Tsushima too much. I'm much more the roll around and dodge kind of guy, which we don't really seem to be able to do. We can do this, but we still get hit. At this point, I'm just kind of scoping out some of the battle physics. Okay, we can break. We can break stances.
Did you dream of this?
You don't scare me.
This is kind of turning into button mashing, which a lot of Ghost of Tsushima turns into anyway, so let's just see how long this goes. This is kind of insane. This is kind of this really is a boss fight that they're throwing at you at the very start of the game.
You waited too long to come home.
Get up! Oh, he has a gun. I can already say that's going to be an amazingly interesting, very big juxtaposition weapon-wise compared to Tsushima. Yeah, because we're in the Edo period. We're at, like, the very beginning of the Edo age. Well, Edo period. Age is not a thing in those kind of terms, but... I kind of just don't like how little she moves away from him when she's quote-unquote dodging. It's just a step, which really leaves us open for getting hit.
You should have stayed dead.
No.
Okay, it's scripted.
No.
Okay. I mean, we got one of them. The snake. Seriously, they really had the nerve to throw... Like, I don't know how I feel about that entirely. They threw a very serious boss fight right at the beginning of the game. That is probably pretty easy to deal with on the 2 easy modes. On medium difficulty, that was kind of like, is this right? This is really, really difficult for medium. It started getting into Lord Shimura kind of spamming attack buttons to see if anything will hit. So I don't know what they were thinking there with that being how this starts. Oh, she's alive!
She died.
That's pretty cool, not gonna lie. Very good imagery. Oh, come on. You have to say that in the first, like, 10 minutes of the game. You can't save that. Like, what did Ghost of Tsushima save that for? That's like, what, 15 hours into Ghost of Tsushima, they call, like, Yuna starts calling him the Ghost or something, and that's brought up to him. Yeah, you can't wait, like, a few hours at least. That's just so on the nose, it's kind of cringe. It's whatever, it's fine. It's just, you really had to get some random person to say that, to like, be like, this is a ghost of game. Sucker Punch. Ah, thank you. I missed these lush forests. It's been almost a year. What happens if we don't press X? Do we just ram into it? Oh, yeah, look at that. Beautiful. Sony Interactive Entertainment presents a Sucker Punch production. There's our Breath of the Wild moment. Ghost of Yōtei. Yōtei. The pronunciation changes depending on where you are in the world.
Where do we find the rest of the Yōtei 6?
Yōtei. Tay. I'm not going to remember that because it's going to come off as Ghost of Yōtei. That is how a Midwesterner, as I am, would pronounce Ghost of Yōtei. Is Ghost of Yōtei, like a toy, like a Christmas toy. Yōtei. I know it's a T-E-I with a dash, not an umlaut, but, you know, one of those symbols above it that insinuates a pronunciation. But even with the te, to a Midwesterner, they read that and read toy, because that's how that would be pronounced, because America is weird. Oh, I got a binocular. A monocular.
I grew up under that tree. Feels like a lifetime since I left.
Okay, so that is our home.
The old inn. Someone there may know where I can find Saito's dogs. Mount Yōtei. Last I heard, that old dual katana master is still hiding out there.
You see that mountain? You can go to it. I actually don't know if we can go to it. That's how little I know about this. I like the climate difference. I can tell that this is different foliage than in Ghost of Tsushima. This is a bit more alpine. This is actually the kind of alpine I see northward in my state. So, yeah, it's very nice looking. Call of the Wind.
I have to go home. Back where all this started.
The wind will guide your tracked objective. Swipe up on the pad anytime for a reminder of where to go. Okay, we're falling down the cliff immediately. Okay, two things. First off, Sucker Punch, did you really, really decide to put this here to make everybody who starts the game have a miniature panic attack? And two, is the game going to be permanently in widescreen like this, or is this just going to go away eventually? It's not really... Well, it is widescreen, but it's letterboxed for some reason. Gallop through white flowers for a speed boost. Okay, now we're kind of Star Fox 64 a little bit. Okay, this music is probably going to get claimed by something, probably Sony. So I will have to send in a dumb YouTube thing telling them they can't legally do that, like always. That is a drastic change of color palette there. Going from that to here. Okay, the letterbox went away. Nice. Thank you. Yeah, that was a drastic shift in color tone. We went from like Wizard of Oz over here to Lemony Snicket's A Series of Unfortunate Events from 2004.
Out of the way! Jubei! Get back here!
Okay, this is interesting.
You won't catch me by standing around.
I like whatever effect they did to kind of go into the past here. Look at the pinwheels. Look at the little pinwheels on the ground. That's cute.
You're so easily distracted. Come on! That hurt! Well, you let your guard down. Stop running, coward! Father, stop him!
You don't need my help.
I've got you now! Not yet!
Teaching us how to jump.
Practice. Be there soon!
Okay, most of the button controls seem to be the same as Ghost of Tsushima. Run is the same button, jump is the same button.
Got you!
I punched him.
Let's finish this in the training ring. Maybe later. You heard Mother. I'm late.
Practice shamisen.
Ready to practice your shamisen?
I guess.
Run your fingers across the strings. When you find the note, hold it. Yes.
Oh, that's wild. Okay, so the sound for the shamisen's coming out of the DualShock 5, so I'm going to hold it towards the mic.
You know the song. Find the first note and hold it. Loosen your grip on the towel. Like that? Perfect. Now, let the music flow through you. Feel the difference? I love this song. Let's play together.
Yeah, I think this is really cool. While doing this, my brain is just going back to the PlayStation Vita. I love my PlayStation
That
Vita.
was a gift from your grandmother.
And certain games like
When I play,
Uncharted,
I feel like she's
Wipeout,
listening on the wind.
the God of War collection, they have interesting haptic controls. The Vita is an extremely advanced system, even by today's standard. It's really wild.
Music is
Because when you
bound to this
play it
world.
on I know most people didn't buy the PlayStation Vita, but as a Vita owner since 2015, I still recommend it, even though it's not easy to get and it doesn't have the biggest library. It's just a really interesting piece of technology. The haptic controls for the DualShock 5 doing this just reminds me of using the extremely precise and interactive touch controls on the back of the Vita. And I just really like that.
Are you still listening, Mother?
I am a fan of touch controls like this. So seeing that kind of be used here just kind of takes me back. I'm like, oh, this is an interesting use of technology that Sony is actually trying to use in something they made again. Because a lot of times they do that when a system comes out, like the DualShock 4 and such has like the light thing on it, and a lot of that is used in more VR-related things with the PlayStation VR and some other things like Dreams. They're very weird, like they promote like a technology, and Nintendo does this sometimes as well with like their HD Rumble and the Joy-Cons. They heavily promote like an interesting technology, and then they use it in like one or two games as like a really noticeable thing, and then they don't really like it's around, but they don't really like use it in some sort of very interesting or meaningful way. They don't integrate it into the design of a game too much. A big one with the PlayStation 5, in my opinion, is the HD trigger, kind of like the haptic trigger stuff that this controller can do. Games like Assassin's Creed Valhalla, I don't have my PlayStation 5 games in this room anymore. I look behind me to be like, oh, no, they're in the other room. Games like Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Witcher 3, Ghost of Tsushima itself on the PlayStation 5. Like, a lot of games that use, like, a bow and arrow system, which I assume we're going to get a bow at some point, they don't really use the L and R trigger buttons and the haptic feedback in the controller too interestingly to make it... The whole point of that stuff is to make it feel like you're using that stuff in a weird way. Like, you can feel, like, the pressure of the bow string itself and how far you've pulled it back. The only game I have felt that kind of connection of that kind of, like, intent and accuracy to be meaningful and interesting and, like, wow, I just shot an arrow, is Kena Bridge of Spirits. That's partially why I really like Kena Bridge of Spirits, is because Ember Lab actually uses a lot of the haptic technology that is in the DualShock 5 for Kena Bridge of Spirits. And then a lot of them, like, in like Assassin's Creed Valhalla, it's kind of just a generic rumble. So I'm assuming Ubisoft just kind of half-assed it and brought over the generic rumble from the DualShock 4 into this one, because it doesn't feel like you're actually using anything. Using the shamisen in this game
Father's bamboo stand.
really, like, kind of makes you feel like, oh wow, I'm actually doing something here. So I think that's interesting. That is, I like that so far. I hope there's more things like that in this game. We'll see.
These stones. Jubei spent a whole summer collecting them.
Oh, please don't tell me there's a cairn system like in Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
Steady.
Am I just picking them up and putting them down, or what?
He wanted them to be as tall as Mount Yōtei. How did Jubei lift these? There you go, brother.
Okay, that seems to be it. So for anyone who has not seen my Assassin's Creed Valhalla parts, well, playthrough or anything like that, or hasn't played the game themselves, the cairns in Assassin's Creed Valhalla, they're like a weird little side mission thing you can do to get an experience point if you want. And they aren't the worst, but they are the worst side mission thing, in my opinion, in the game. They're really, 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 really tedious. And I've beaten all of them except maybe like 2, I think. And I don't want to do those other 2 because of how bad they suck. They're just really, really... It's like trying to stack stuff in Gmod with their own physics, and it's just really, really annoying.
He used this to test his new blades.
Oh, missed the last one. Oh, a little flourish at the end there. That's cute. Okay, so they kept the bamboo strikes.
Just like father's.
Yeah, so far this is like 75% Ghost of Tsushima, and then like an extra 25% of some little extra flourishes, a few changes. So far I'm enjoying this.
I used to help father weed the training ring. Pulling these used to give me a rash.
You allergic to this?
There. Much better.
Can I interact with the ghosts at all, or what is the point of these? Is it just set dressing?
Mother's Toro lantern.
Right.
We used to take turns lighting it each night.
Okay, so we fixed the lantern. This, I assume, is an outhouse.
I remember. I could improve my katana here. I just need more metal. Mother's garden. There's nothing left.
Time-worn note. This was the home of a traitor to Lord Saito. The coward betrayed his lord, and his family paid the price. Their spirits now curse this land and anyone who walks here. Let the night of the burning tree serve as a warning. Disloyalty will be answered in blood. The Yōtei 6. The Yōtei 6.
Painting brushes. Father used to take me places to practice. I remember we went to a little island west of here.
Okay, that's a hint. Ooh, some money. Copper currency known as Mon. Did this predate Sen in yen? Mon. Okay. Like, it looks like a Sen. I don't know. I'm gonna assume at this point it probably, given the age that we're in at the moment, it probably predates yen and Sen. That's the thing, is this game, to my knowledge, takes place at pretty much the very beginning of the Edo period, when Japan was starting to culturally close everything up again. And, yeah. So, I have two culture things that I'm looking for here, that one of them is a sin. I'm looking like, if we see oil paintings, that would be appropriate. If we start seeing things like woodblock prints, or anything from like Shoraku, Hiroshige, Hokusai, any of the really older ones that are just in like black and white from older print masters, this game is fake at that point, and it lies to itself. I'm looking to see, one major thing that I'm just looking to see, like, did they do a cinema sin? Did they do a time sin here? Is if there's any sort of woodblock prints. Because it's not going to be, from when this game is supposed to be taking place, it's not going to be like another 300, it's anywhere between like 60 or 300 years. I forget exactly. It's a big time span between, but, actually, I'm just going to look that up right now since I'm next to my computer anyway. What year does Ghost of Yōtei take place? 1603. Okay. Okay, so this game takes place in 1603. Woodblock prints were kind of around at this point, but they weren't really, because washi paper didn't really become the mainstream until probably around this time is when washi was like really becoming mainstream for use in Japanese culture. Weirdly enough, you had people like 100 years prior. Actually, let me blah blah blah. I have the history all up in my head, but I'm just like, is that exactly the numbers or not? Rembrandt. Oh, that's funny. Rembrandt would be born 3 years after this game starts. So, like, right here in the game, Rembrandt, the famous artist, I do find that funny. They call him a graphic artist, and we associate that so much with, like, digital graphic art these days. He's a painter. But, yeah, he's born 3 years after where we are now in the game. So Rembrandt actually was using washi paper. So that actually gives me a great insight then, because, you know, you look up like, when was woodblock printing invented? It's like, oh, it was invented in 200 BC by somebody in the Middle East or something. It's just like, okay, well, when was it culturally normal and important to the Japanese, and that like, I'm not a historian on that front, but I am well aware that Rembrandt was using washi paper from Japan way before, like probably 100 or so years before the Japanese really started using it for woodblock prints. Which is funny. He was using that for his sketches and a few of his paintings and such. We cannot leave this place for some reason. Okay. So that tells me that, yeah, woodblock prints, and I remember this when I looked this up a few months ago, woodblock prints woodblock prints should not be a thing in this game. That is kind of the thing I'm trying to say. They should not be present here in Ghost of Yōtei. If they are, there's something really, 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 really funny going on that does not make any historical sense. It's like, yes, they had woodblock printing, but they didn't really use it on washi paper. It's not going to be any ukiyo-e stuff. It shouldn't be. If there's any ukiyo-e stuff in here, it's going to be insane to me. And yeah, that's funny. So Rembrandt was making his art on washi paper imported from Japan to France probably about 60 to 80 years before the Japanese even started doing that kind of stuff. So he was pretty much almost a century ahead of Japanese culture on using Japanese paper to make art, which is a really funny historical thing. So I'm going to be keeping my eye out to see if there are any sort of woodblock prints or anything in this game. To drive home the fact of I am very much into this stuff, even though it is not my direct art form. My art form is photography, film photography using experimental chemicals and weird processes and stuff. Ooh. As I pull out this big edition of Hiroshige's Eisen, the 69 stations along the Kisokaido, as I slap this giant book made of, I think it's like 100 pages of washi paper. This is a very expensive book. This thing's like $250. So, yeah, I'm going to be keeping my eye out for any woodblock print stuff in this game.
I could improve my katana here. I just need more metal.
Right, I'm not sure what we're doing anymore. Can I attack the ghost? No. I do find it interesting how we are still in a stone stance like we would be starting off with in Ghost of Tsushima. There's no upstairs. Let me check out this little well. And that's the thing. If my excitement that I just like showcased with my interest in like the woodblock print stuff isn't enough, I'm very excited to play this game. I'm very curious to see what they do with a lot of things and a lot of cultural aspects with this. Because this is also in mainland Japan. This isn't on an island like Tsushima. So I am curious, like, how big is this world? Like, how much of this? Can we go to Mount Fuji? I don't think Mount Fuji is in this game. We have Mount Yōtei. And, yeah, I'm just really curious. Right now, my issue is I'm kind of stuck in this area, and I don't know how to get out, because I'm pretty sure we've seen everything. Oh! That's really weird, and they also don't really tell you how to do that. You have to, when you're near one of these ghosts, you have to hold down the center pad on the DualShock.
Father was looking for you. He's at
the forge. I know.
Yeah, this back and forth thing with that weird kind of ripple effect for the past is really cool.
Atsu, was that your playing I heard just now?
Music doesn't come easy for me like it does Mother.
Would hitting something make you feel better?
Maybe.
Strike quickly while the metal is hot. That's it.
Oh, this is once again, I'm just like, oh yeah, they're actually using the technology in the controller. I am having to hammer this with the controller.
It's bent.
Don't just hit one side. Share your frustration equally. Reheat the metal. Oh, it won't do as it's told.
Have you ever burned yourself?
Oh, yes. Not a lesson you forget. The blisters. Oof.
I really like this. This is just really neat.
Very good.
Yeah, it's just really neat.
Would you like to see what I've been working on?
Yes?
Are you sure they're old enough?
Yes.
Every blade I've ever forged has been leading to this.
A masterpiece to protect our family.
Tsuba.
Is inspired by our twin wolves.
Can I hold it?
Of course. Once you know how to use it. Come. This way, my little wolves. It's time to train.
You won't win this time, Atsu. I've been practicing.
That's what you always say.
I think the children would enjoy some music.
The children or you?
Today we return to the basics.
Why?
Because a blade without a strong core will shatter.
I am ready to learn.
Seriously?
Form up. We'll begin with blocking.
We know how to block.
That remains to be seen. Jubei, hit your sister.
But not too hard.
Oh, I like the music going on here with the shamisen. It kind of reminds me of Avatar: The Last Airbender a little bit.
Good, Atsu.
Nice.
Secret tunnel, through the mountain, secret tunnel.
But this time, I want you to break his guard.
Heavy strikes. Got it.
Where did you learn to hit like that?
From working the forge. You should try it.
This next lesson is about timing and patience.
Why do you look at me when you say that?
Because you're as patient as a wild horse.
At least I don't smell like one.
Focus. I want you to practice parrying. Show me.
Too slow.
Okay, that's gonna be...
Yes.
Yep, there we go.
His guard is down. Follow through with an attack. That's it. Now hit him when he's vulnerable.
You know, just beat the shit out of your brother. That's totally fine.
Careful, Atsu. See the way your brother's lining up? strike must be parried.
Blue glint attacks cannot be blocked. Okay, so they are replacing the red ones from Tsushima? I think?
Sometimes a single parry is not enough. A strong foe will continue to attack
So we continue to parry.
until he's interrupted. Then you strike. Try against your brother. Keep parrying. Don't stop. Very good. Multiple parries. Continue to parry until he's interrupted. Some strikes cannot be blocked or parried. Jubei, swing hard at your sister. Atsu, dodge his attack.
It's gonna be the red attack, isn't it? Yep, okay.
Sometimes
Okay.
the only way out of trouble is to dash or roll away.
Okay, so they're keeping most of the same kind of battle system from Tsushima.
Excellent. Don't let him catch you.
You got lucky. Hold still.
My little warriors.
Pain can be a dangerous distraction. Call upon your restless spirit to shake it off.
I just want to say, I find this absolutely weird and kind of insane that they're giving a proper battle tutorial after it expected you to finish off a fairly difficult boss. This is a really weird... I don't have too much of complaint about this intro so far in terms of the storytelling aspect. The gameplay aspect, like the flow of what it's doing in terms of gameplay in sequence, going from, you know, visiting the town was fine, to immediately throwing you into a boss fight, and then teaching you how to actually play the game. I think that's kind of insane. That's really weird. I don't know... And that's the thing. I know how to play Ghost of Tsushima. Playing this, I'm just like, wow, that... I'm just trying to think, because I myself am a director for media, and I'm just trying to think, like, why would you do that? I don't know what they're doing here. This is kind of insane. Okay.
Put your lessons to the test.
Yes, finally.
Whoever lands the most strikes will receive an extra portion of fish for dinner. Begin.
That fish is mine.
You can lick the bones when I'm done. You're going hungry tonight, brother.
Atsu.
A family is stronger together.
Yeah, I just find this really weird and insane from a direction standpoint that they put in a proper tutorial like this after you have to defeat a boss. And that boss was actually kind of difficult, so I'm not sure what's going on there.
A wolf needs her pack. Remember that.
So far, that might be like my only small criticism of this intro. It's just like, why did they throw a boss right at the very, very beginning of the game like that without teaching people the proper basics of playing the game? That seems kind of weird. And that's, sorry to interrupt this scene, but and that's the thing is, like, if they didn't have that tutorial sequence there for the combat system, I would have just assumed that they're really just expecting people kind of in a Dark Souls-esque way to kind of just get to grips with the combat on your own without teaching you anything. And if you don't master it that way, then that's on you. The fact then that they do actually put a tutorial in after that fight really it just tells me like what is well, there's like a weird kind of micro clash of interests there in the direction, and I don't know what's going on. Like that's just not great.
I will find every last member of the Yōtei 6.
You either do or you don't in that
And
sequence.
I will bring you peace.
Other than that, this has all been fantastic so far. I'm liking the new little things, the setting, the characterization is great here. I'm liking the use of controls, they're very interesting.
Swear it.
Wolf. Chapter 1. The Lone Wolf.
I'm coming for you bastards.
Ooh, ooh. Okay. Yeah, so I'm assuming like around 20-ish years or so has passed since her childhood to now. So it's also kind of a little bit weird. Like, I'm assuming, I hope, and I assume we're going to get a little bit more information about what has happened in between those 20 years or whatever. Between this happening and the rest of her life. Because Atsu right now, at this beginning point, is just, to me, seeming like she had that event happen to her at a young age, and she's just incredibly filled with PTSD and mental anguish at her family being killed. And that's kind of it. It's actually a lot less deep than anything like with Jin. And Jin's was a bit more interesting of a backstory. If this is her backstory, just her family being killed like this, it's very much like one of the side characters you would meet in Tsushima in that kind of depth. Like, if that's it, then even someone like Norio in Tsushima has a lot more depth to him than this. So I hope it expands. I hope there's more than just, I see bad guy, I need to kill him because he killed my family. I hope there's more to it than that. I am filled with hopium right now. We'll see. And I did the classic Ghost of Tsushima thing where I hit my horse with the sword because it's a different button than other open world games.
Should stop by the old inn.
Oh, the map. Yes, I am very curious to see what this is. The old inn. Yōtei Trailhead. Okay, so... Ooh. Okay, so... Oh, are we actually on another island? I thought we were on the mainland of Japan. Where is Mount Yōtei? Googling that right now as well. Oh, it's Hokkaido. Yeah, so is this all of Hokkaido? Where are we actually right now? So there's Mount Yōtei. Oh, this is incredibly cute. I'm looking at a map of Hokkaido right now, and this area right here is so miniaturized of actual Hokkaido. It's funny. This, I believe, would be... There should be like another mountain over here called like Mount Tarume. This is a Tokachi Ranch. This Oh yeah, they just miniaturized Hokkaido. It's incredibly small. This is kind of insane how small they've miniaturized Hokkaido. Like Mount Yōtei is here, but everything to scale is so incredibly small. Where is this river system that we're next to? I think this is supposed to be Tomokamai down here. Tranquil Falls. I think this is supposed to be present-day Tomokamai. This is supposed to be Lake Shikotsu, I think. No, it's not. This is supposed to be... That's how miniaturized everything is. This is Lake Shikotsu, where we are right now. Oh, man. Everything is so small. This is Nakajima Island. And this is supposed to be Lake Toya. Everything's so tiny here. Where's Sapporo supposed to be? Okay, it's up here. Like, everything's so small here. That's the funny thing is, like, it's supposed to be a bigger map than Ghost of Tsushima, but what I'm looking at here is, oh man, everything's so tiny. Okay, so we have this bend in the land here. Sapporo is supposed to be, like, up here-ish, relative to where we are. Where's Hokodate? That's supposed to be... Hokodate is supposed to be... Is probably this down here, whatever this is. This is supposed to be Hokodate. Everything is so small. It's so small. Okay. Sure. Well, that actually explains why the flora is kind of alpine. Because, yeah, we're in Hokkaido then right now, so it's very snowy here a lot of the year. Yeah, I thought this took place on, like, the main island, the mainland main island of Japan. Unless it I'm assuming it might expand further south, possibly, in the story progression, because if you remember in Ghost of Tsushima, Izuhara expands northwards through the rest of Tsushima, and Izuhara is a really big area. So I'm assuming once again with Hopium that the game gets bigger as we progress through it, the same way Tsushima does. And we just we won't really find out about that until later on. And I'm not gonna Google search that. But, okay, so this whole area is supposed to be a weird miniature representation of Hokkaido. Join Clan Saito, people of Ezo. The Shogun's eye has begun to look north. Clan Matsume serves his interests, not yours. Lord Saito has a place for all in his clan. Join us and we will protect our home. Ah, sounds like socialism.
There is trouble inside.
Okay.
I won't be long.
Oh, I can't break down the door.
It's her.
I kind of can't get over how miniaturized they've made Hokkaido. If you look at the maps, like I just did between them, it's so adorable. It's adorable and kind of funny. I don't know how I feel about an electric guitar being used in the music. That is a little... The historian in me does not likey. I don't remember if they use anything like that in Ghost of Tsushima. I don't recall them using anything that seems out of place. I should give Ghost of Tsushima's soundtrack a listen again. I have it on vinyl. But it was always very much to me similar to Witcher 3 in that they use era-appropriate kind of melodies and instruments. Oh, ew. That's an acoustic guitar. Ugh. I'm a sound designer and I'm listening to that and I'm like, what are you doing? This is not this is not Red Dead 2. Why the acoustic guitar?
I'm looking for some old friends.
Are you trying to... Are you trying... I know I'm ruining this cutscene by continually pausing. I'm just like... I'm baffled. I'm just baffled. I'm like, what? Why are you trying to make this kind of like a Western kind of thing? It's Ronin. Feudal Japan, samurai, ninja, all that kind of stuff. It's technically like, if you want to put a blanket statement over it, it's kind of like Japan's Wild West a little bit, in a way. But, you don't do this.
Yōtei 6.
Show her the door.
And then they do the weird thing of keeping some of the actual traditional music in like this. Oh. I don't mind the cartoony comedy that just happened there, but it's really weird. Why guitar? Just why? Alright, Dutch, let's take care of these samurai.
How much am I worth to the Yōtei 6?
You know how we can get off of Guarma? How did I lose the standoff?
Lord Saito's put a price on your head.
Tell me, how much am I worth to the Yōtei 6?
Oh, okay, I didn't hold it. I'm really not used to not being able to roll dodge into people. Yeah, I like the throwing mechanic so far. This whole sidestep dodge kind of thing here, this is actually not the greatest movement. I do like how they speak in English and then say something in Japanese when they're grunting. Like, they talk in English like, "Get her! Kurei!" It's just like, okay. There's something weird going on with the dub as well. That's not that big of a deal in Tsushima because most of the enemies are Mongols and they just speak in Mongolian, so you just hear like what's the one thing that the archers always say? Oh man, I'm forgetting it now. It's been too long since I played Ghost of Tsushima. Vashok! Vashok!
We are going to kill you, then burn this place to the ground. You're dead.
Okay, so we, for some reason, already have access to a ghost stance ability. Yeah, I really like the throwing. The throwing is good.
You never answered my question. How much am I worth to the Yōtei 6? Lord Saito is cheap.
He owns this island.
For now.
I just repaired that sign.
What do I owe you?
Me? If anything, I owe you for getting rid of those men.
You can repay me with information on the Yōtei 6.
What do you want to know?
That storm
Tell me
cleared
what
really
you've heard.
fast.
They are outlaws who took over Ezo and pretend they're helping us. Lord Saito's their leader. Some people truly believe he can become Shogun of the North.
Tell me about the Saito brothers.
Lord Saito's sons? The only thing they have in common with each other is their skill with guns. I heard they have a grudge against a samurai in Tokachi Range. He's an Odachi master.
An Odachi master. Sounds like someone worth meeting.
Why don't you patch up in one of the rooms? Free of charge.
Okay, so we have silk again. I'm gonna assume a lot of the, like, acquirables, as I'll term them, things that you can pick up and use to upgrade things or use to sell or any such, like in Tsushima. I'm assuming most of those are gonna be similar or the same. So, pieces of iron, pieces of steel, silk, foodstuffs, supplies, quote-unquote.
You won't find a bow like this anywhere else in Ezo. I guarantee it.
Okay, we got a bow maker.
You are the one who kicked Saito's thugs out of the inn. You are the Onryo. I don't know what you're talking about. Too bad, though. I made a bow just for the Onryo. The best of its kind. Maybe I could give it a look.
Maybe I could take it off your hands if you
You can
want.
call me Lan.
Not enough. Not enough. Okay. Yeah, we don't have enough money.
You know, I considered joining Saito. Thought it might be good business. Why didn't you? He started forcing artisans and weaponsmiths to work for him. No coin, no pay. So make sure to hit him where it hurts.
What's this? More competition?
A moment, stranger. Ban Matsumai has received reports of a disturbance at this inn.
I took care of it.
We have been entrusted with stopping Lord Saito and his outlaws.
I just want to say, this man, compared to the other Shogun samurai from Tsushima, he is glammed up. Look at that helmet. The style on this guy.
Then why weren't you here?
You should watch your tone, Wanderer.
My lords! And
He's so bedazzled. It looks awesome.
it is a fine thing this establishment is free of Lord Saito's dogs.
Perhaps we can. I need a drink.
That dude looks awesome. View bounties. Smiling Yoshitomo. Darn that smiling Yoshitomo. He has an awesome wanted poster. Look at that Joker smile on it. Oh, that's funny. A murderer who lures in the weary at a campsite marked with lanterns. Last seen along the Surubetsu River near Tranquil Falls. I'll take the bounty.
Is that supposed to be me?
Snake's assassin, wanted dead or alive by Lord Saito, a cowardly woman who murdered the snake after poisoning his sake. That's not what happened. Do not believe the rumors. She is no onryo. She is flesh and blood. Last seen in the Yōtei grasslands. Crow Genzo, assassin for the Yōtei 6 who mostly targets samurai. Blinds his victims and feeds them to crows. Ooh. This guy sounds like the most nasty out of any of them so far. Last seen in the cemetery in the western part of Jade Grove. Very interesting bounty system. Brings me back to The Witcher 3.
Name's Kojiro.
Hey, Kojiro.
I'm in the business of bringing people together at the edge of a raid. Whether it be Clan Matsumae or Yōtei 6, I make sure their bounties reach the right hunters.
A bounty broker working all sides. That's a dangerous game.
Not as dangerous as that vengeful Onryo everyone's talking about.
If you believe that sort of thing.
The Yōtei 6 certainly seem to. So how about it? You get the bounties, we both get the coin.
A generous offer.
I knew you'd see it that way.
Okay. This guy's giving me some slight Kenji vibes. Kind of a hustler. A bit of a swindler, if you would say. A little bit of a swindler. But a lovable swindler type.
Greetings, stranger.
Must be a busy day on the meat market.
Those tools. Are you an artist?
Oh, no. These are map-making tools. Ezo is a mystery.
We got a cartographer here.
Shogun would like to see that change.
Mapping out Ezo for war, is he?
I am just the cartographer who spilled tea on the wrong lord and ended up being sent here. To the middle of nowhere.
The middle of nowhere has changed since I was here last. Maps would help.
These are for the Shogun, but you and your sword look like you obviously have more use for them. Please, pick any map. I will make you copies for a very small fee. And we can be friends who don't kill each other. Yes?
You have yourself a deal.
I would also like to point out just a time period thing. This guy's wearing very nice looking glasses. Is there anyone in Ghost of Tsushima who's wearing glasses? I can't really recall that, to be honest. Cave altar, waterfall altar, overlook altar. I think I want to save up for the bow, to be honest.
You look like a very capable...
What's the job?
There is this monk, Geisho. He has been helping me mark spiritual sites on my maps. A villager told him of one nearby. He went to confirm its location. He has not returned.
Point me in the right direction.
See the smoke?
I see it.
That is his camp. But it's been hours. He is the only friend I have in these parts.
I'm sure it's fine. I'll go check on him when I can.
Thank you.
I do find it funny how the spyglass... How do I open it? Okay, so it's that. I do find it funny how there's like a compass attached to it below what you're looking at. You can see. That's kind of funny. It's useful, but it makes no sense. Interesting choice here for Sucker Punch. Atsu feels a lot more grounded physically than Jin does. That's a really subtle and interesting thing that they did. So, while you're playing this, while you're walking regularly like this, there's nothing interesting going on. Her physics seem very nice here, though. When you start running, I don't know if in Ghost of Tsushima it does this, but you start feeling like a very solid HD rumble kind of thing with her feet movement. And like you can feel like when you're in this tall grass, it's a bit more intense and stuff. And then when she's out of it, it's less. And then after a period, it goes away. Like right now, it just finished. It just kind of ends after a little bit because it doesn't want to keep doing it, I guess. But it's just like a weird little kind of grounding thing for when you start running. Like right now, you feel this physical movement with Atsu while you're playing the game. And while you're moving through different types of foliage or whatever, it changes. That's a weirdly interesting and well thought out kind of small and subtle thing that they've done for the experience. Okay. Okay, that's a +2 for me. That's a +2 for me. I can't recall if there's... I know that there's a little bit of that with the HD Rumble with Ghost of Tsushima. I can't remember it being like this, where you start running and you start feeling like Jin's physical movement. I think there's a small thing like that, but nothing like this dynamic with what you're running through. So, that's a +2.
Maybe over that way. That can't be right.
Monk Gesho? The cartographer Isaburo sent me to check on you.
He worries too much. Though I am grievously lost. What I search for is worth it. Places of reflection, altars set by those who seek to find their path.
I remember the statues. My father helped some farmers place one when I was young.
Ah, you are a local. May I convince you to keep me company as I search? Your eyes might see something I can't.
It is bad luck to leave a spiritual man alone in the woods.
I will take that as a yes. Let us proceed.
Why is it so important that you find these altars?
With the amount of Ronin making their way to Ezo, I fear the peaceful lives many enjoy here will go extinct. But if I can show them how to take a moment, to think, to breathe, they could find a new way of doing things. The trees here look young.
I'll cut through, see if they're hiding something.
Okay, that's an interesting new thing we were not really able to do in Tsushima, is cut through plants. That's such a small thing, but it's like, it makes a lot of sense, and it's just not a thing in Tsushima for some reason.
It looks like the one Father placed.
Let us take a moment to reflect on who we are, who we were, and who we want to be.
I'm all for the Inari shrines, but if all of the shrines in this game are about, like, well, animalistically around, like, swallowtail butterflies, perfect. Love it. Oh, what's this? Oh, what is this? Choose a technique to learn. Melee, Onryo, or Revenge? So this would be Ghost, Melee, or Demon? I don't know. Regular. Katana. Do we have different stances? Yes. Oh, thank you. Give me the roll, please. Thank you. That's like the one massive movement control that I'm just like, why is this not here?
I'm glad my path now includes you, traveler.
Well, what do we have here? An old man and a woman. Don't you know these woods belong to Lord Saito?
Get behind me.
I'll put you in the ground!
These are just the sort of men who could use a moment of reflection. But at least I was right to trust you. Here, take this with my gratitude.
You were
$200.
also right about the altars.
I'll take it.
They're worth looking for.
Safe travels, my friend.
Because in reality, you know, that's actually just like $2.
Tried to stay out of trouble this time.
We got $2. Yeah, I really like the throw mechanic in this. It's really simple, but it adds like another step of dynamic combat in this that really is just kind of cool. So I look forward to crazy moments where we're in like a big battle scene and such, and we're fighting and we're just throwing swords at people left and right. That would be really, really cool. I approve.
To me.
I kind of don't like how the screen seems to go into this. Okay, let me can I get off the horse? Yeah, I kind of don't like how the screen goes into a letterbox fashion when we're on the horse. I just kind of don't like it. It takes me out of it. It makes me think that we're just in a cutscene and not actually playing the game. There's a weird disconnect for me personally on that.
Sometimes I feel you all think I just make these maps magically appear. Did you ever find Monk Gesho?
He's alive. And he took care of your payment.
Thank goodness. I told him not to trust anyone with a sword out here. Not you. You look very trustworthy.
Very trustworthy, as I'm covered in blood.
And there she goes.
I don't think there's some more bounties. I don't think that we can get a bow yet.
Want to improve your bows and quivers? Come see me. Is anything to your liking?
Oh, we can, yeah.
I'll be taking that coin.
Hunk you.
You can always spend more coin on your lovely bowyer.
Hanbei, the dual katana master, wanted dead or alive by Lord Saito, a former bounty hunter who tried to take Lord Saito's life and lost an arm for his arrogance. Last seen on Mount Yōtei, beware of traps. Black Powder Ippei, a cowardly thief who uses a bohaya to kill from a distance. Last seen south of the Windy Meadow. We're not going to pursue any bounties today, probably. We might do a bit of that next time, I'm not sure. Yeah, it's just so nice to look at. It really is just kind of nice to look at. That looks really nice, but it also looks like an encampment that we will die at. I think this was the right game to start 2026 with. I think it's a better choice than starting the year off with like Elder Scrolls Oblivion Remastered or continuing Assassin's Creed for the time being. Which we are still continuing Assassin's Creed Mirage right after this. That's going to be the next thing. But, yeah. As I explained in the last Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 video, which went out a few days ago, there is a bit of a structured way that I'm trying to do January compared to how the rest of the year has been. Man, look at that. That's probably just a JPEG, well, a PNG, but, you know, it looks so nice. That is a clean-ass JPEG. Alright, let's look at the map. Bounty posters contain useful info to help you hunt down and eliminate targets. You can swap between leads. Okay. Yeah, that's kind of a weird thing with this game in regards to Atsu versus Jin, is that we pretty much just are a full-on Ronin. We're not like some disgraced samurai or anything like that. So the motive is entirely different and the characterization is entirely different, which means that what we're doing in the game is kind of different quite a bit. But, yeah, just the whole bounty hunting thing is just a little interesting and weird to me. That's going to be a fun, interesting thing. New vanity gear. Okay, so yeah, so this really is just an interesting mission objective system. So we have the main objective for the story, and then we have these side objectives we can do. What is Metsubushi? I don't know what that is. I'm kind of tempted. Okay, we'll take a look at one of these bounties and just see what they're like. We got bears again. It would have been funny if I got off the horse and that bear attacked me immediately.
Turn back. Black powder Ipe is ahead.
Oh. Oh wow, he could throw that pretty far.
What happened here?
Black powder Ipe was ready for us. He's been ambushing Matsumai's supply lines for weeks. We tracked him here and brought 12 men to take him down. But the bastard opened fire as soon as he saw us.
Incoming!
Get down! We never should have come here!
Run away. Okay, this is interesting. We have a dude just having explosive warfare against this whole little area. Sake is liquid courage. Drink to regain a moderate amount of spirit. Is there anything else around here? No? Wow, he is... Oh, he has, like, cannons, I think, that he's firing these things from. So, we're gonna retreat a bit. We're gonna take the route around this place.
Over here, boy.
You see, this is why I don't like the letterbox thing. Maybe we can change that in settings, I'm not sure. But it's like, I'm just trying to kind of navigate around. I do not need it to look all cinematic like this. Can I change that? Show Atsu's last weapon on her back. Inspired by the acclaimed anime director Shinichiro... Oh, Shinichiro has... Oh, I forgot about this. Yeah, he has like a lo-fi... This is another thing that I found really annoying to me, because this is catering to the West in a sort of way with this kind of stuff. Featuring lo-fi music created under the direction of Watanabe. I'm going to assume he went through Space Shower Records or something to get some artists to help do this or something. This is just like really... tacky, in my opinion. It's just really tacky. Inspired by the films of Takashi Miike. Okay, so we have Miike and Kurosawa. Enable motion blur, no. Get rid of motion blur. Graphics mode, default. Can I get rid of the letterbox crap with the horse? Apparently the golden bird is back. The wolf will occasionally appear. Difficulty medium. There actually does not seem to be, for all of the settings here, there does not seem to be a setting to get rid of the letterbox with the horse. That's annoying. Oh, we got motion blur off. Oh, there's a whole bunch of guys here. Okay, I thought it was just gonna be one dude.
I see you. Are you another Matsumae lapdog? No matter. I have enough fodder for all of you.
You just blew up your own dude. Your dodge roll is a lot slower than Jin's, Atsu, which is kind of unfortunate. I like whatever music's going on. I forgot we have a bow and arrow now. Can I... You need more spirit to heal. What are you talking about? I have sake. Yeah, thank you. Okay. I was like, I have that sake bottle I picked up. Please. Come on, Atsu. Well, we're dead. I think. Yeah, we can't even recover after that. Okay. Yeah, her dodge roll is way slower than Jin's. I want to get rid of these archers. Let me grab that weapon. Hold on, hold on, hold on. No. No, pick up the weapon. Pick it up. Thank you. Woo! Okay. That was a little that was a little bit of a mess. But it worked. It worked out in the end. Okay. Yeah, her dodge roll is a lot slower than Jin's, weirdly enough. Oh, we can pick up other weapons too, like spears. Jump and press to hook. Do we just immediately have a grapple? Oh, wow, we do! It's not like a unlockable thing. Nice. Okay, good to know. That's really, really handy. It's also kind of weird to have it just off the bat in the game, but alright, sure. Just looking around to see if there's anything else left here. Yeah, her dodge roll is a lot slower than Jin's. It's like half the speed. It's a little unfortunate. Hopefully we can upgrade that at some point. And I'm used to arrows kind of one-shotting dudes in the head when you shoot him in the head. I shot him in the head before, I died before, and it didn't kill him. So maybe it's because he's some type of boss that it just didn't do that. Because normally it does that even with the generals that you fight at like specific places, like the Mongol generals in Tsushima. You can kind of one-shot them under certain circumstances. Okay, we can crouch. Apparently I can just camp here?
Another mercenary.
What is this? This is really taking me back to my childhood, and that this sequence here reminds me of a point-and-click, like, edutainment game. Like, if you've played the Oregon Trail, or specifically for me and my upbringing, the Amazon Trail, where, like, you're out on your adventure, and then, oh, here's a stranger that you happen to have come by your camp or whatever, and you can like just have a social moment with them in a weird kind of trade-esque way. And we're given a bunch of options on how to interact with this. Play the shamisen, ammo full, can't cook with no food, talk to him, or you can just sleep. Yeah, this is a weirdly kind of edutainment PC game from the 90s kind of design moment.
What can you tell me about the Yōtei 6?
What kind of information are you looking for?
Tell me about the Oni.
He's a madman who's taken over the castle in Ishikari Plain. I heard he is obsessed with fire and is in open conflict with the Matsumae. He's put many of them to the torch.
Not much has changed. Be careful.
Yeah, that's a weird, just a really interesting design choice again.
I'm sorry.
Oh, now we're fighting in the dream? Okay.
I must make an example.
Find bounty broker Kojiro near an inn to collect. I mean, we're just going back to the inn, so... Yep, we gotta go back over here.
Careful! No Saito will have our heads if we hurt the beast!
I see. Okay, it's dawning on me now that the horse doesn't seem to have any sort of normal stamina slash speed up ability. Like you can't just like make it run faster. It gets faster under certain circumstances, like with the flowers and stuff in the ground. Okay. Or if you pick up an item, I guess. Yeah, this thing is like, there's a lot of weird and kind of interesting differences in this. Not sure how I totally feel about all of them so far. Nothing negative, just like it's a little bit different and that'll take some getting used to. Kojiro. Muneji the Bone Crusher, a dissident Yōtei 6 recruiter and combat trainer known for breaking bones. Wanted alive, signal for retrieval. Last seen at the lighthouse near Shirahige Falls. Kanikichi, Magasuke, and Sugoro. A deadly trio who torture samurai. Last seen in a cave uphill from Serpent's Pass. They sound lovely.
You killed Black Powder Ippe. Saved the Matsumaya a lot of embarrassment.
Not out of the goodness of my heart.
Of course. Here's your payment. Keep this up, and I might have a bounty or two reserved for skilled hunters only. Could make us both a lot of money.
What kind of bounty are we talking about?
Oh, you know. The deadly kind.
I like this guy because the way he just talked to me reminded me of some sort of Italian hustler. Just, hey, you were killed Black Powder Ippe. Good job. If you keep doing this, I have a side hustle that might be worth your interest. That's the thing, is like I'm getting like kind of Kenji vibes from this guy. Kojiro, I think, is going to be a bit of a homie for the whole playthrough.
Archers, if you have the coin, I have what you need. I have new items if you care to look.
What else do we got? Yumi, 2,000. A longbow that is considerable damage at a great distance. Slow draw speed can pierce helmets. Ooh. That sounds delectable. Sure, we'll upgrade the bow.
That will do. Can
Fire
I
arrows.
You in something else? I should probably get going soon.
Yeah, fire arrows. Fire arrows are one of the best weapons outside of like the blow darts in Tsushima.
If the rumors are true, that dual katana master is hiding out on Mount Yōtei.
How long have we been playing? About 2 hours. Yeah, so far 2 hours into this game. I'm enjoying my time with it. I do see that I'm going to be enjoying this quite a lot more the more I play it. That is, I see it going up. I see an upward curve of enjoyment in this. There's just a few baffling decisions. I don't like the letterbox with the horse riding stuff. That's a weird and annoying thing. Especially, it's really annoying to me because I can't seem to disable it in the settings out of all things. It's like you can get rid of motion blur, you can change around the graphics settings, the sound. But they require the letterbox with the horse. That's just a really annoying thing. And a weird decision, in my opinion. The beginning of the game, we're still in the beginning of the game, but I do find it really, really, really weird how they really have given Atsu a whole lot of nothing, which is kind of what I've been hearing around from the internet when I kind of went to look for, like, how did people feel about this game. They really gave her a whole lot of nothing in terms of, like, narrative story to go off of. Her family was killed by these guys. Some time has passed, and now you're going to go kill those guys. That really is it. It's not like Jin with Lord Shimura and his family and the whole, like, region of Tsushima having, like, serious importance so far. All of that was really, not saying that that won't happen in this game of, like, Ezo in this whole area becoming important to Atsu. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. That looks utterly beautiful up in the sky there with the mountain. But, they hammered in so much of that self-importance of Jin, what he believes in, what he has been raised to believe in, his culture, his person, how important everything that is happening to Tsushima is very directly important to you. All of that is extremely expounded upon and thrown at the player to understand the situation in Ghost of Tsushima at the beginning. There's none of that here. There is absolutely none of that here. This is, you see a flashback of your parents getting killed. You end up a decade or so later here, and you're just a bounty hunter trying to kill those guys. And that's kind of all that they've shown so far. And narratively wise, that's really extremely weak in my opinion, because there's virtually nothing. There's very little motivation for the character. All of the motivation that is for this character is mostly on you and what you want. You wanting to play Ghost of Yōtei, wanting to see this new story. It's not driving you to believe in Jin in Tsushima's case. It's much more in like saving Tsushima and all this kind of stuff. It's more just like, you're just kind of here, you have some family issues, you're a little bit mentally off because you're seeing ghosts and are a social recluse, and you're just kind of bounty huntering your way around as a little bit of a social weirdo, it seems. That's kind of what I'm getting from Atsu at the moment. It's not the worst, and that's where I'm just like, I really hope that as we keep playing this game, things are kind of explained better. Because there's a whole lot of nothing going on here. From a design standpoint, I still just find that intro boss absolutely baffling with the snake. The fact that they threw that in this game at the very beginning of introducing Atsu as an adult is insane to me, when they hadn't even properly explained to you like the thoroughness of the general aspects of the combat system. To anyone who has like never played Ghost of Tsushima, that is absolutely insane to me. That is, and then, but then it, to me, what if in this would not be a problem per se. It would be a weird decision by itself. This would not be a problem if and they didn't afterwards decide to give you a proper combat tutorial. A lot of open world action adventure games like this do that kind of thing where they throw you at the wolves to see if you can handle the game. In my experience, every Dark Souls / Soulsborne game kind of does that. I've played through all of Bloodborne. I've played through Dark Souls 3. Like the Monster Hunter World kind of does that a little bit, where it just kind of throws you in the game and you have to find out the combat system of each weapon and such. But the thing is, they do that in this game, but then they also then give you a formal training session on how to play the game, which to me is just a really bizarre thing to do in direction, because you're throwing your player at the wolves to kind of suffer with the fighting system, and then you teach them how to actually, you have them pass the litmus test of, are they worth like teaching the actual game to, even though this is a $70 video game and they're not just going to abandon it, hopefully, 10 minutes into playing the game. It's just a really kind of not player-focused kind of thing for anyone who has never played a... You saw me. I had some difficulty fighting that boss, and I know how to play Ghost of Tsushima. I died, like, what, 3 times or something? 3-4 times? So, to me, as someone who's played through Tsushima a couple times and has plays a lot of open-world action-adventure games, that's just a really bizarre way to start a game. And it's just a really, like, negative kind of way to start a game. It's a really ham-fisted kind of anti-player way to do it. I don't know why they did that. There's something here. It's probably a shrine. And that's the other thing. I myself am a director of the arts, and if I saw my employees deciding to put that in a video game or any media that I was, like, making or producing or anything, I would be asking a lot of questions about why do you think that this is a good idea when it's really going to just not be fun for people and it adds nothing. Narratively, it's kind of an interesting start, but it hurts the game a little bit. So, I don't know what Sucker Punch was thinking with that one. So, to kind of give just like a flat list, my dislikes of the game so far, 2 hours in. I don't like the letterboxing with the horse. I think that's really obnoxious. I don't like the intro fight as a boss fight like that. Like, they could have done the boss fight, and if you died, like, you still technically kind of lose the fight a little bit, but then the cutscene finishes it. If it was a scripted loss and you could not die in that fight, it would be fine. It would be utterly fine. No, I'm on medium and I died a bunch of times, and I don't care about that. That's fine. But the fact that I kept having to redo the fight and technically win the fight to get through that, that's just really just like I feel like gross about that. I just feel like gross. Like why did you do this kind of mentality? It's a really weird direction. I would never direct something like that. Maybe I'm just a nice guy. I don't know. What is this?
I can't take this anymore.
Why do you have this guy naked here?
Can I help you with something? Help me.
Who's the samurai?
You mean our little bound pet? He is part of the Matsumai clan. They are going after Saito and his men.
Why torture him? What do you get out of it?
His clan is one of the reasons we are stuck in this hellhole to begin with. Their side won at Sekigahara. They have the Shogun's favor, while us Ronin were chased away as rats. His screams help me sleep at night.
What's his life worth?
Enough to pay for a woman to lull me to sleep instead.
That's a joke.
That's the price. You change your mind, I'll be here. Please, shut up, pig! Here for your Matsumai friend?
I'm going to make this real easy. Hand over the prisoner or die.
Boys, Lord Saito will pay well for you! Shut her down! Stop her!
Ooh, you guys play dirty, huh? This is kind of like fighting 4 straw hats at once, it seems, so I'm trying to pay attention. One down. The best way to deal with straw hats is to divvy them up. And Atsu did not move when I wanted her to. I don't know why I went to the menu.
Enough to keep
Okay. Oh, so that didn't, Okay, I tried to use one of the sake jars. Get away from me, horse. I didn't realize that had happened. So the wolf showed up. I thought that that happened because I used the sake bottle, but it turns out I actually didn't seem to use the sake bottle. The wolf just happened to save me. Okay. Thank you, wolf. Oh, the sake also gets you kind of drunk, too. Okay. But yeah, so far I'm also not seeing any supplies. Like, I thought these were supplies. I'm not seeing any supplies right now for the monetary trade system so far. So maybe they're not in this game. I'm not sure. But yeah, my 2 main criticisms is just the intro of the game with the boss fight is kind of dumb. Look at all those horses over there. That looks amazing. And the horse riding system itself with the letterboxing. Other than that, fantastic so far. These little side story things, these like bounties and encounters and stuff, these are all well done so far. Put on some pants.
Why help me? The Matsumai are not exactly popular around here.
Killing an enemy is one thing. Playing with your food is another.
I see. I wish I were in a position to return this favor.
Maybe you can. I'm looking for the Yōtei 6.
What do you want to know?
What do you know about the Kitsune?
He's a phantom with eyes everywhere. If you believe the stories coming out of Teshio Ridge. The samurai stationed there say people have been vanishing without a trace.
I'll go see for myself.
I should get back to my garrison now. Thank you.
And they're gonna ask why you were naked.
A golden bird. What secret will you lead me to, little Kamui?
Looks like it's gonna be a sword. The Surubetsu River. Okay. Sarubetsu River. There's a Kitsune statue for the Inari.
Truly captures her strength. A good place to leave her our offerings. Are you here to worship the mountain?
It's been years since my last offering. My brother's favorite story was about the mountain that raised an orphan boy, and the wolves that guided him to the safety of her shadow.
My grandmother used to say these sculptures were made by that same orphan boy, hiding gifts for anyone born under the mountain's shadow, as long as they are smart enough to discover its secrets.
So they hold riddles.
Makes you curious, doesn't it? I've never figured them out myself.
Maybe. Riddles that hide gifts from the mountain, huh?
Reliquary of Courage. A boy was lost and alone, but wolves came from every corner to guide him, their eyes gazing at the true Mount Yōtei.
Don't even think about running!
Huh?
You've been sniffing around about the Yōtei 6.
Have you come to tell me where I...
This guy is just reminding me of when, like, you're running around out in Skyrim and, like, some dude just comes by and is like, just one of the bounty hunters is just like, you look like you're ready to fight.
More like to collect a bounty on your head.
You want your reward? Earn it.
You're nothing. Here it comes!
Oh, he's got an orange glow. Yellow glints. Your attacker's preparing to disarm you. Before they strike, hold and release triangle, or you will... Aw, man, you can lose your weapon in this game? Okay.
Now you're going to answer my questions. Politely. Tell me what you know about the Oni.
He's a mad warlord in Ishikari Plain. Burns his enemies alive. A Yari master, Sensei Takahashi, tried to lead a rebellion against him, but was forced into hiding on an island off the coast.
And the Kitsune?
I heard he's a fox demon. Lurks in the frozen wilds of Teshio Ridge. Everyone fears him, except Master Enomoto, an expert with a kusarigama. But that old man hardly ever leaves our mountain.
What about the dragon and the spider?
They're the sons of Lord Saito, cruel bastards with a taste for firearms. They have set their sight on an Odachi master in Tokachi Range.
Good. Just one more question.
Choose a topic. The Oni for... Oh, I was going to say, what's going on here? So first thing I do just want to say is that don't really care too much for these weird info dumps. I get that we're a Ronin on the road and we're gonna have to piece together, like, it's not like we have friends and we have like this narrative back. That's the thing with the game. It's like there's no narrative backdrop to like constitute a easy regular story flow of information to us like in Ghost of Tsushima, because we're just some nobody who's seeking out revenge in an open world. There's no narrative like flow for any of this stuff, so it's being kind of thrown at us constantly on the moment when we have when we like encounter some random person who happens to know the antagonist of the game. So we're like a detective info gathering rather than having a novel of a story being given to us. I'm not exactly like in on that, but that seems to be how this is going, and that's why I feel like, okay, this info we just got from this guy is fine and it's gonna work for us in the long run, but I'm not gonna remember the shit he just told us like 10 hours from now. So it's just like there's no like narrative cohesion here. We're just some random person randomly gathering information about random people that we need to kill. This might be why I've heard that like most of like the whole not caring about the story for this game is because of this. It's just not an actual cohesive story. So, well, it is a story. It's not a like structured narrative. It's just you get information and you act on it, and then you get more information, you act on it. You get more information, you act on it. But in a kind of random encountery kind of way. It's not like a structured narrative where you go a place, you get like a 10-minute exposition with other characters you know about certain things and how they interrelate with each other. It's like, this guy lives up here, and this guy lives up over here. Just like, okay, thanks for the info, my man. Anyway, we'll see how I'm mildly annoyed about that because that's not really a strong suit in any sort of narrative writing. That's, it's fine for a video game, but it makes this much more of a video game instead of, you know, a good story. So we'll see how that goes in the long run. So we can choose the Oni, which is a new weapon, which is a spear. Or we can, well, it'll also allow us to get to Ishikara Plain. I don't know why there's new region unlocks and stuff. Teshio Ridge, Tokachi Range. Oh, okay, I see what they're doing here. So they're giving us some different weapons, but they're also, these are blocked areas. So our encounter with this guy unlocks a blocked fortress area. So we will be able to access one of the Yōtei 6 because of this guy. So I'm kind of leaning more towards the Kitsune. New weapon, Odachi. I think we're going to go with the Kitsune.
You said the Kitsune is in Teshio Ridge. How do I get there?
Follow the Nupuru River to its northernmost point. The Kitsune is going to bury you beneath the ice.
I'll take my chances.
And then he dies. I kind of hope, like, I don't mind this delivery of, like, this is where you're going to need to go to fight the next boss. But this is what I'm talking about, is if it's broken up in some sort of scattered kind of way for the narrative, that's not great. Because this is literally like fighting a boss in a video game. We just, like, fighting a mini-boss in a video game, this guy was. And now we have access to the actual boss. And then we wait for another one of these guys to come by. And if we fight him and we're given the same choice of, okay, now we can go to the other one, it's essentially going to become Super Mario Brothers in terms of, like, levels that you can just... You beat this level, then you go on to the next one, and then you go on to the next one, instead of having some sort of narrative tell you why some areas are supposed to be explored or limited or anything like that. in some sort of cohesive flow. I really hope it's not just killing random bounty hunters like that and unlocking the boss areas, quote-unquote. Because if it is, that's going to be really shallow. Anyway, that's the thing. I might sound like I'm being very harsh on the game so far. I'm really not. Honestly, I'm being quite open-minded about what the game has to offer. I'm just trying to see what is being delivered to me and what the game is then trying to convey is going to happen in the game. And what it's conveying to me right now, I hope is going to get better. I'm enjoying the game a lot, but it's some of these just decisions that are being made in the direction of the game that are kind of confusing me because they're not good.
That sash. Why do you have Lord Saito's name on your sash? That's not something you have to worry about. What are you doing here? Remembering
It's a very beautiful spot.
One of many samurai cut down by Lord Saito for refusing to join him.
It takes courage to stand up to a prick like Saito.
A prick.
My husband was the bravest man I ever met. There are more pillars like this across Ezo. One for every samurai who resisted him.
They'll all have their vengeance one day.
I hope so. I want you to take my husband's sword kit.
Oh, free sword.
If you are what I think you are, he'd want you to have it.
I won't let him down. I'll take good care of this.
See that you do. I hope Saito never erects one of these pillars for you.
Noble Mist. Oh, right, and the use of guitars in the music was a really just tone-deaf choice. I don't know why in that one sequence there were like actual guitars and acoustic guitars in the music. That was really jarring. That was really culturally jarring and just really jarring from a direction standpoint as well. If that was written to me as a proposal for the score in any regard with this game, to me, I would have crumpled that up and thrown it in the trash. I don't know why they would do that. Like, well, I get why, but it's so tacky. Like, it's like a Western, man, you know? And I'm just like, do not put that on my table. Do not. I will question your position if you do that. You would need to write me a 5-page paper at minimum explaining why you think that that should be in the game. Like, what does that benefit? And what culture relevance that has to the game.
You walk with death.
Yes, he's my best friend.
The bloodstains on your clothing. The ones you tried to wash away. But to embrace death, we must claim her true colors, like our dyers have done for generations. Bring me the right materials, and I will make you a vision in white, of purity in death. Thank you for visiting this humble dyer.
Okay, so where are we going next? Lake Kutara, the Jade Grove. Do we want to go after maybe like one more bounty? Oh, this guy's way up here. Oh, it's the 3 guys. Okay. We're pretty close to Krogenzo, assassin for the Yōtei 6, who mostly targets samurai, blinds his victims, and feeds them to crows. I think we're gonna try to go for this guy just because he's over here, apparently. He seems to be hanging out in the woods. I'm gonna try and circle it a little bit. Oh, is it this spot then? Something is happening because we're getting close on here with the camera. Listen, like this music that's going on right now, I really like this. Death to Clan Eguchi. You will pay for your crimes against Clan Sugaru.
Clan Eguchi. I know that name. They made a lot of enemies in the south.
Given that this guy likes to blind people, I'm really expecting to just kind of jump out of nowhere and do some sort of ambush attack. Nope, he must be here.
You're not of Clan Eguchi. You're here for my bounty.
That's right.
Clan Eguchi slaughtered my brothers, then refused to bury them. Their bodies were picked away by crows. I am only returning the favor.
There's more to that story. I fought in the south. I remember hearing about Lord Eguchi's assassination at the hands of your clan.
He deserved to die. They all do.
Why? Because your lord said so? He's dead.
A mercenary could never understand.
I'm probably going to wrap up after this fight and retrieving the bounty today. Yeah, so far I have enjoyed this. We're going to continue with it more. But I do have some very pronounced confusions and questions about some questionable directions that this has taken compared to Tsushima and some other games in general. Oh, wow. 2 hits? I can't even, like, get back up and revive myself. Okay. Once... Wow, yeah, 2 hits. Okay. Come on, dude. Bring it on. Okay, I cannot break his defense, so I'm gonna have to dodge a lot. And yeah, he does have pocket sand.
You will not stop me. Prepare yourself.
This guy really, really requires a lot of blocking and parrying.
Clan Eguchi cannot go unpunished.
The war is over. They lost.
Oh, he
Just like you.
disarmed me. You retrieve your weapon, okay. If I could, I would. I thought I blocked him there. Yeah, just kill me already, thank you. Yeah, so I'm blocking these one at a time with this sword. I'm not sure if just holding this down will automatically block everything. It actually seems to, okay. It doesn't for those, okay. Yeah, I'm just trying to learn some of the parry and block system at this point. Okay, we got him there. I'm trying to block, but yeah. Genzo. Genzo, my man, you got a good defense system here. Atsu, can you dodge? Okay, so the dirt... Why do you have a spear now? How'd you get the spear? Where was the spear?
The war is over. They lost. Just like you.
I will avenge my brother!
He's a little easier with the spear, it seems. I say that as I'm starting to die again. Okay, so yeah, with the dirt and the blinding, I just cannot dodge, it seems. Whoa, 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 whoa. How'd you get to me? How did you get to me, Genzo? That was a little disappointing because we were pretty close to beating him. Why weren't you facing him?
You will not stop me.
I was in the middle of putting my sword away. Can you do that? Like, I was straight up in the middle of retracting my sword. And he still got me with that parry. That's kind of insane. Atsu, face him. Seriously, sometimes Atsu just does not face him. Come on. Here we go.
The war is over. They lost. Just like you.
Got him.
I will avenge my brother!
Thank you, man. I kind of resolved myself to just like I was. So what was going on there? So aside from dying a ton and trying to just see how the blocking system really works, so straight blocking him is not the way to go. Kind of rolling around and keeping your distance is not the way to go. It's about doing a mix of the rolling around away from him when you can, and staying right up in him and just kind of sidestepping around him just a little bit out of his reach, and then constantly just attack him. That's all I did there, was just constantly attack him while I was kind of sidestepping him a little bit. Okay, figured him out. Figured him out. Good stuff.
Not so fast.
More of you guys? Shinobi tool to release powder to blind enemies.
He's already dead.
That bounty was mine.
Prepare to die!
You must be the one Lord Saito is after. I'm eager to earn his favor.
Well, you won't. Okay, we have pocket sand now. Pocket sand.
Blinding powder. Useful in a fight.
Okay, what do we have here? Survival, rolling, safe fall. When falling from heights, this survival tab is like really, really good stuff. Safe fall. When falling from heights, press O before landing to roll and avoid fall damage. Does not work when falling from lethal heights. Perfect dodge. Time your dodge at the last second before an enemy's attack lands to slow time and perform a deadly counterattack. Onryo's Will. Draw on your inner rage to revive yourself when down. Requires 3 spirit. Yes. This is another core thing of Tsushima that I has been missing, and I'm just like, why am I not getting up? Why am I not getting up? It's because it's an ability that I still hadn't unlocked. Okay. Well, we're doing good so far. We've killed 2 bounties. And unlocked 2 core gameplay aspects of these Ghost games that will make me much more comfortable in a fight. But yeah, I think that we're gonna go get the reward for that. And then call it a day on Yōtei for the first time. That's the thing. This has been a fine first introduction. I'm enjoying this game a lot. There are just some very massive why did they do this kind of things from mainly from a directing and a mainly from a directing standpoint. Like why did they think that this would be a good idea?
Come.
Oh, can I just fast travel there? Oh! Oh my god, there's a fast travel system that's already implemented here. Okay. That really sped things up. Okay. But yeah, biggest criticisms are just 1, 2, and 3. The opening fight, ridiculous when you have a tutorial after this incredibly difficult boss fight at the start of the game. That functionally, in a direction standpoint, is just absolutely insane to me. The weird musical motifs that happen in that one cutscene, I assume they're going to happen in more cutscenes because of that. The guitars don't make any sense to me. It's really perturbing. And, yeah, just the letterboxing on the horse travel. That's just kind of annoying to me. It's just visually, it's like, it's probably really nice to look at from, like, your perspective, you watching this right now. It's probably nice to look at. For me playing the game, it's just really annoying and obstructing my view. So, that's kind of like a -2 for me. But in any case, yeah, for me it's just some of the weird directions that were taken. Let alone, like, yeah, the kind of core aspect of this game, essentially having very minimalist story. You're just a person, your family died, you're killing bounty hunters. That's kind of it, so far at least. 2.5 or so, almost 3 hours into this, that's kind of it. Is you're just kind of going around killing these people who killed your family. There's no grander story, there's no nothing like that so far. Which for a Ghost of Tsushima game, for any sort of big open world adventure game, that's extremely weird and minimalist. And very disassociative of the player in a weird way. It very much makes Atsu kind of weirdly disassociated from you because you don't care too much about like what's going on with her. You're just kind of doing things for her in a psychological sense. Atsu herself as a character is fine, but you don't feel any sort of like there's no like attachment, there's no anything like that. There's no interpersonal kind of thing at all. She's just kind of the vessel of you as the player, kind of going around doing stuff in the open world, which is not inherently too bad. Like Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild kind of does that quite a bit. And Tears of the Kingdom, a lot of adventure games do this, but coming off of Ghost of Tsushima and being the sequel to it, you don't expect that. So I think that this is not a great direction in the sense of, let alone for the sequel of Ghost of Tsushima, but personally, if in like you didn't play Ghost of Tsushima and you jump in playing this one instead, I think there's going to be like a weird disconnect, especially if you go back later to play Tsushima and you see that there's so much narrative and stuff and character development. And I'm talking like in the first, like within first to 1 to 5 hours, like the first 20 minutes of Tsushima is just a deluge of character development. So that's why being nearly 3 hours into this and there's virtually nothing so far aside from some like tidbits. It's almost like a spark notes of how a character should be written. I just hope it gets better. I hope that there's more. I assume that there's more, but we'll see. If and there is nothing more than this, then it's going to rely entirely on how good the gameplay is. As with things like Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, where Link is Link, there are some little tidbits of lore for him and the world, and it is very interesting when you put it all together. But, yeah, if this is going for much more like a Breath of the Wild kind of route, then fine. It's just not at all what I expect out of this series. It's like playing Red Dead Redemption 2, and instead you're playing with the amount of character development of Gun. Or, what about Time Crisis? It's like playing Red Dead Redemption 2, and instead of Red Dead 2's immense lore and character development, you get Time Crisis for the arcade. It's like that. It's just like that kind of empty, shallow. You're just kind of this person who has a vague story, and you're just doing things. Because so far all we have been really doing is bounty hunting, even. Which is fun and fine, but it just feels really, really broken up and disparate. Just very, what happens, happens, man, kind of hippie-ish, you know, laissez-faire, whatever, goes kind of story building, and I don't really know how I feel about that here. I hope it gets better.
Some of
so far I don't have any complaints about the characters we have interacted with or fought. I think they've been all fine. Like, the bomb dude was cool. Genzo was kind of boring because he was just a dude who threw sand and hid in a cemetery, and that was kind of just his whole thing. The bomb dude was really cool. Genzo was kind of boring. And then we got Kojiro!
Genzo is dead. He won't be killing for his vendetta anymore.
Revenge is a cruel mistress. Here's your reward.
Actually, yeah, I brought it up earlier, but like Monster Hunter World, this is kind of reminding me of Monster Hunter World in a weird way, where it's like you're just kind of this person, this nobody kind of making their way through the land. You're going on random bounty missions and such. You have like a core base, which is obviously not going to like stay a core base or anything, but you're just kind of going around doing missions, kind of piecing together some type of story and such. It kind of reminds me a little bit of what I played with Monster Hunter World years ago. Which is also kind of not the greatest thing to compare it to, but you know, I don't know.
Drawing maps would be a lot easier without everyone trying to...
Isaburo, be quiet, please. First impressions. I do not really believe in number or letter grading or anything, but I would give this so far an 8 out of 10. So far, I'd give this beginning intro of the game, I'd give an 8 out of 10. Tsushima, I'd give a 10 out of 10. It's like, it's great, it's fine, I'm enjoying the heck out of this so far. I want to see more of this, I want to keep playing it more. It feels and plays great, but it also does feel like something's missing. And I know what is missing structurally, I just explained all of that, but you know. We'll see how it goes. Isaburo, please.
I hope it is up to your standards. It is yours. Now, where was I?
We're also going to get the new... Oh, we can't get the new boat. It's 2000. Okay. In any case. As the rain starts to come in... I think it's time for me to get back to work on some other things. How long did I play this? Yeah, almost 3 hours. Almost a 3-hour introduction. I think we'll leave it here for today. Beautiful scenery. But yeah, thank you for watching. I've tried to not be like... And that's the thing, I'm not, as I stretch, I'm not overly, in my mind at least, I'm not overly negative about this. If what I've said seems overly negative and you're really defensive about it or something, relax, it's a video game, doesn't matter. I'm reviewing this purely from my own standpoint and trickling in a bit of my actual professional work knowledge into this a bit, for my opinion. There are some things that if I were directing this, it would never have passed through. But, you know, I'm not the director of this game. And so far I'm enjoying this. I think it's very well put together. It seems promising. And I look forward to playing more of it soon. Probably tomorrow, to be honest. But I also have to record an Assassin's Creed Mirage between these two parts. So... Hopefully we'll finish Assassin's Creed Mirage soon. It's not the longest of games. And after that, we would continue Assassin's Creed Valhalla with the Paris DLC. And yeah, continue playing this. And probably whichever one we get done with first, either Assassin's Creed Valhalla's DLC or this, we would try out Elder Scrolls Oblivion remastered. And then whenever that other game ends up, we'll probably, not gonna say absolutely, but probably gonna try playing through Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag on the PlayStation 4. Well, I'm gonna play it on the PlayStation 5. It's the PlayStation 4 disc. I did a little bit of some research because I did start up Black Flag just to try it on the PlayStation 4. I've played it through on, as I said in the Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 video, which I talk a lot about this kind of stuff, about what my ideas are for January. I played through Black Flag on the Wii U, the Xbox 360, the Xbox One, and the Switch. I just got a copy brand new for the PlayStation 4, because apparently you can still buy all of the PlayStation 4 Assassin's Creed copies new for like 15 to 20 bucks online, which is cool. But yeah, I threw the disc into the PlayStation 5. It has a visual upgrade. It looks extraordinarily clean for the game, but unfortunately, unlike Assassin's Creed Syndicate, it does not have a performance increase. It doesn't have 60 FPS. It is still stuck at 30 FPS. So it is... This game as well is running at 30 FPS right now. So... yeah, Assassin's Creed Black Flag would be stuck at 30 FPS, which is fine. I like... 30 FPS is fantastic if it's stable. This has been stable, and it looks beautiful. So, a stable FPS, no matter what the FPS is, like Zelda Ocarina of Time, it's like 24, isn't it like 18 FPS or something like that? It's like 24 FPS or 18 FPS. I know a lot of Sega Saturn games are 18 FPS. And I love the Saturn. So, yeah. Those are just some thoughts. We'll see what happens in the future. We'll continue with this soon. And I don't know how to end this. I haven't been recording videos too much in the past couple months because I've been busy with work. You know, with actual directing and sound design and light design and all the stuff that makes up a piece of art like this. But in, you know, real as a real job. So, thank you for watching. And have a good night.